Hello everyone, myself Dr. D. Sri Lakshmi, Assistant Professor in the Department of AIML at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. In this section, I'm going to discuss about importance of the bisection method and what are the applications of the bisection method. And with a small example, we will see how to find out the roots by using bisection method. So, in this essentials problem solving, what is necessary to study bisection method or any other methods which are used to find out the roots? Algorithm development. In computer science, numerical methods forms the basis for developing algorithms that perform a variety of tasks, from simple calculations to complex data processing. Examples: root finding algorithms such as Newton-Raphson method for solving the equations, and optimization algorithm used in machine learning and operations research to find the best solution among many. Since we are handling with the variables, we need to work with the polynomial expansions. So where we need to find out the roots. So these are the methods which are used to find the roots, and they are available in all the optimization algorithms. And for simple examples, the area data analysis and machine learning. In this, the numerical methods are integral to data analysis and machine learning, where they enable the processing of large data set and the development of predictive models. And similarly, the techniques included here is algebra, which are essentials for manipulating matrices and vectors, and the foundational for algorithms like principal component analysis. And secondly, the numerical integration and differentiation, critical for algorithms in gradient descent and back propagation in neural networks. So in all these applications, we can use these methods. And in this method, the first method is bisection method. Similarly, there are different methods like regular-Falsy method, iteration method, secant method, Muller method, Newton-Raphson method, and Ramanujan's method. All these methods are used to find out the roots. And in this session, we will discuss how you will find out the roots for the given polynomial using bisection method. So to solve the bisection method problem, the given below are the step-by-step explanation of the working of the bisection method algorithm. So step 1 is choose two values A and B. This is the algorithm which we need to follow when we are finding out the roots. The first step is choose two values A and B such that one root should be greater than 0 and the other root function value should be less than 0. So if you choose A and B are the two values, initial guesses, we can say that initial guess so that f of A should be greater than 0 and f of B should be less than 0. That is, always the root lies between one negative value and one positive value. The root always lies between negative value and positive value. So we are saying one should be less than 0 and other should be greater than 0. With that, the second step is calculate a midpoint C. We already taken A and B. Now we need to calculate a midpoint C as an arithmetic mean between A and B. So the formula to find out the C is A plus B by 2. This is called interval halving. A plus B by 2 is called interval halving. Step 3, evaluate the function f for the value of C. Now you will find out the root of the function is found only if the value of f of C is equal to 0. So we need to find out that f of C should be approximately equal to 0 or it should be equal to 0. Until that, we should repeat the process. Here, step 5, when f of C is not equals to 0, Then we need to check the sign. F of C sign we need to check. We replace A with C if f of C has the same sign as f of A, and we keep the same value for B. And similarly, if we replace B with C if f of C has the same sign as f of B and we keep the same value for A. That means A and B values I'm having 0 and 1. And I got f of A as negative value and f of B as positive value. Now C is A plus B by 2, interval halving, and I got here 0.5. Now I will find out this f of C. For example, my function is x square minus 1, or I will consider just simply as x minus 1 for simplification. So here 0.5 minus 1, where it is minus 0.5. So now the step 5, what it states, if f of C, what I got, f of C is minus 0.5. Now, if f of C is minus 0.5, that is a negative value. So we need to replace A. The C value will be placed in A value. That is now A value is 0.5, not 0. And B value will be same. That is point number 1. In step 5, the point number 1 is this one. And next one, if my root value is, for example, this is 0, or simply my function is x, then this 0.5, that is, this is a positive value. So instead of A, we need to change B value. So we got positive value. So instead of A value, we will change B value. Now A will be forwarded same thing and B will be 0.5. So this is second point. We will replace A value if f of C is negative, since f of A is negative. Otherwise, we will change B value and we will fix A value. This procedure need to be continued until the function value, that is f of C, is approximately need to be equal to 0 or equal to 0. So the algorithm can be explained with a simple example. And here is a theorem, and this theorem indicates about the bisection method, how we will find out the root. And this is a graph indicating for bisection method. So where x is equal to A and x is equal to B, and then we will find out the midpoint A plus B by 2. And then we will find out some iterations. This is first iteration and second iteration and so on. But always the root lies between this A and B value. Now what are the advantages of this bisection method? Guaranteed convergence. The backtracking approach is known as the bisection method, and it is always convergent. Errors can be managed. More accurate root. It produces more accurate root and does not demand complicated calculations, only need to take the average of two values. Because when we are finding out the C, here we are using only a simple formula A plus B by 2, where it is not complicated. So this is also an advantage for the bisection method. And next, error bound is guaranteed. Each cycle reduces the error bound by 12%. When we are moving on to the iterations, further iterations, with a difference of 12%, you will get the guaranteed value, that is accurate value. And this bisection method is simple and straightforward to program on a computer. Since there are no big calculations or difficult calculations, it is easy to apply this bisection method. But few disadvantages are there. Although this is convergence is guaranteed, it is often slow because it will take more number of iterations to get the root value. Choosing a guess that is close to the root may necessitate numerous iterations to converge. If the value which we choose initial guess, if that is not appropriate, then we need to move on for further iterations. Some equation roots cannot be found because there are no backing values like f of x is equal to x square. Its rate of convergence is linear. It is incapable of determining complex roots. This is very important, that bisection method is not applicable for complex roots. It is not able to find out the complex roots. If the guess interval contains discontinuities, the initial value or initial guess, if it has discontinuity, or in between the iterations, if the root is discontinued, then we cannot use that. It cannot be applied over an interval where the function returns value of the same sign. So, over an interval, if the function returns values of the same sign, then it is not possible to find out the root by using bisection method. These are advantages and disadvantages of bisection method. Now, with an example, we will see how you will find out the roots. So, find the root of the following polynomial function using bisection method. And here is a polynomial function given x cube minus 4x minus 9. And here the first step of the algorithm is step 1. Step 1 is initial guess. Initial guess. So the initial guess are A and B we need to find out. So the function given is f of x is equal to x cube minus 4x minus 9. Now, f of, for example, or the initial guess I am going to take as A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1. So, f of 0 is equal to minus 9. So, we got one negative value. And f of 1 is 1 minus 4 minus 9, even this is a negative value, minus 12. So like this, we need to find out a positive value also. Here I got only negative values. Then further assumption f of 2. So here we are continuously finding out the function value which gives one negative value and one positive value. Now f of 2. So here 2 cube minus 4 into 2 minus 9. So where it is 8 minus 8 minus 9. So again a negative value minus 9. Now f of 3. Here 3 cube minus 4 into 3 minus 9. Where it is 27 minus 12 minus 9. So this is 6. So a positive value is attained. Now, we need to select the initial guesses. After finding out all this, we will conclude that A is 2 and B is 3. Initially, I took values A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1. If I am substituting the two values, I am getting both negative values. And same way, you need to move on to the next finding outs or next initial guesses like 1, 2, 3 and so on. But here we got f of A as minus 9 and f of B as 6, which is a positive value, and here it is a negative value. Though f of 0 is negative value, f of 1 is also negative value, we are taking f of 2 because if you see in graph, here 0, 1, 2, 3. For 0, I got minus 9. The function value is minus 9. And for 1, the function value is minus 12. And for 2, the function value is minus 9. And for 3, the function value is 6. So here, the root lies between these 2 and 3. We are considering. If I take minus 9, here it is there, and minus 12, here it is there. That is 0 and 1 negative value. Madam, I will take 1 negative value 0 and positive value 6. This is negative value what I got? Minus 9. And here positive value when I take 3. If the interval, that is the initial guess A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 3, in this way you are selecting. In this way the initial guesses are taken, A and B. So here we will get more number of iterations because here I am getting a negative value and here I am getting a positive value. So what we are saying, the root lies between a negative value and a positive value. But since it is the distance from 0 to 3, the interval is more. So more number of iterations. So to overcome this, what we need to consider is select 2 and 3. Select 2 and 3 so that the number of iterations will be reduced. The same logic need to be implemented in all the methods. So now the first step is finding out initial guesses A and B. That is done, and f of A and f of B is also done. Now the second step is finding out C. C is what? Now step 2. C is equal to A plus B by 2. Interval halving. So A is here 2 and B is here 3. So how much? 2.5. And I need to find out f of C is equal to, the function given is x cube minus 4x minus 9. So here x is how much? 2.5 whole cube minus 4 into 2.5 minus 9. So when you use a calculator, you will get the function value as minus 1.375. This is f of C value, minus 1.375. Since this is negative value, step 4 what it will say? If f of C, step 3 is finding out the f of C. And step 4 what it will say? If f of C is equal to 0, then stop the iteration. If f of C is not equals to 0, then you need to continue the steps. Step 5 what it will say? If negative value attains, you need to change the A value. If positive value, then you need to change B value. So we got now f of C in negative value. So we need to change A value. So in order to find out this, just we will take a table where it contains A, serial number or iterations, A, and then B, and then f of A, f of B. This you can consider or you can disclose. F of C and then f of C. Based on this f of C, we will take the changing value. So for first iteration, A is 2, B is 3, f of A is minus 9, f of B is 6, and C is 2.5, and f of C is minus 1.375. So this is iteration 1. And now iteration 2. Iteration 2. So here, f of C is negative value. We need to change this A value. So now A will be 2.5 and B as it is we need to consider. And f of A value will become f of C value 1.375. And f of B as it is. And now we need to find out C. So what is C actually? 2.5 A plus B. 2.5 plus B divided by 2. So how much this is? 2.75. If you want to consider up to 4 decimals, we can consider, or you can consider up to 3 decimals, or you can consider up to 2 decimals. Based on the question given, whether we need to find the root value up to 4 decimals or 3 decimals or 2 decimals, we need to consider. So here I am going to take the 2 decimals. 2.75. And now this is C value. And what is f of C? As same as here how you substituted, we need to substitute 2.75 whole cube minus 4 into 2.75 minus 9. If we do this, then we will get 2.328, a positive value. So here, for third iteration, the A value will be 2.5 only, but B value will be changed with 2.328 because since it is a positive value. And f of A will be continue as it is, but f of B will become 2.328. And now again, you need to find out C value. 2.5 plus 2.328 divided by 2. So how much this is? 2.625. So if you substitute this in the function value, then you will get 0.373, which is a positive value. So again, fourth iteration, we need to change. A will be same as it is, but B will be 2.625, and then f of A value will be same. F of B value will be 0.373. Now for fourth iteration, the C value will be 2.5625 and f of 2.5625 is minus 0.514. Now we got negative value. So now we need to change A value 2.5625 and B value same as it is. F of A will be minus 0.514. F of B value is same. And in the fifth iteration, the C value is 2.5938. And F of C value is minus 0.071. Might be the decimal values will be changed when we are doing in calculator. But up to 2 decimals or up to 3 decimals or up to 4 decimals, whichever conditions we have, based on that we need to collect the root value. Now this is negative value. So again A value will be changed 2.5938. B value will be 2.625. And this is minus 0.071. B value same. And now for the sixth iteration, the C value is 2.6094 and the value is positive value 0.151. So now for the seventh iterations, 2.5938, B value will be changed to 2.6014 and f of A will be same. F of B is 0.151 and for the seventh iteration, the C value is 2.6016 and the f of C value is 0.040. So now here it is not 0, it is approximately equal to 0. The function value is approximately equal to 0. And if my condition is that I need to check for 2 values or 2 decimal places, then 2.60 is a root value. Root value is 2.60. Since for 2 iterations, the root value becomes same, so I can conclude that the root value is 2.60. But if I want to move on to 3 decimals or 4 decimals, then the iterations will be continued and somewhere the continuous iterations should be same up to 4 decimals. So for now, I'm going to consider only 2 decimals. The iteration value is 7 and the root value is 2.60 and the function is approximately equal to 0.040. So in this way, by using bisection method, we find the root value up to 2 decimals. And the content is taken from SS Sastry. Thank you so much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.